What if I told you that every day that you drove to church was a day that you passed by homes where children were being neglected and hurt? Children like David. See, David's dad left David confused and his mom weeping on their mattress made of cardboard. Drugs became his dad's new sport, and he would sell anything if it meant that he could score. He woke up one day and told his family he was going to the store. He must have gotten lost because that was 5 years ago. David hasn't seen his dad since he was 4. And there's more happening on the other side of your car door and on the other side of David's house walls. The money is getting tight, and so is mom's new uniform. She just got a new job making house calls, doing the things that she swore she would never do. And to numb the pain, mom started doing drugs too. The boundaries are blurred now and the walls are thin. Men are in and out of David's house, but mom decides to let one of them move in. David knew the pattern. This man would play it cool for a few days in an attempt to gain trust. But when this man didn't get what he wanted, his pretentious love turned into predatory lust. And David was the prey, being abused and taken advantage of while his mom was away, left alone with his abuser for days at a time, being stripped of his innocence and robbed of the one thing that we need to survive, and that's hope. Friends, how can we be the answer to the prayers that David might pray? He needs a community that will join the fight in standing with him. What role in this alliance will you play? What does hope look like? Becoming a forever family for David when he doesn't have one, that's hope. Providing clothes and school supplies for him because he has none, that's hope. Being a community of support for his foster family who feels all alone, that's hope. Being a shoulder that they can cry on and a listening ear on the other end of their phone, that's hope. Hope looks like an entire community who is able to offer some useful resources to help David and his family in their journey. Hope views being educated and equipped as tangible ways to doing justice and loving mercy. Hope is a foster family embracing their identity as missionaries and ministers of reconciliation, who don't just see their role in David's life as a temporary placement, but as an eternal gospel statement that says that the family of God will stand in the gap and intercede, being the hands and feet of Jesus, both praying and providing for his needs, remembering the words of Jesus when he said, "As you did to children like David, you also did to me." Join the Alliance and find your unique place to make a difference today.
– 76% of sex trafficked victims come out of foster care. 45% of the homeless population spent time in foster care. 40% of kids that age out of foster care are going to be incarcerated by the time they're 19, within a year. And so foster care is ground zero, and if we end up wrapping our arms around these children, it's going to have a massive ripple effect on homelessness, on incarceration, and on trafficking. The math works out. If every local church supplied one foster family, we would solve this crisis tomorrow. Jesus hangs out in the mess.
Yeah.
And some of, this is messy, this is difficult, but that's what the gospel calls us to.
Amen.
The gospel moves us towards the mess, and the gospel also sustains us in the mess and strengthens us to carry out the call that God's placed on our lives. We're not all gonna do the same thing, but we can all do something.
What does ending the crisis mean? It does not mean that we can stop child abuse and neglect. But what it does mean is when kids are impacted by that, they can have the 6 roles that they need in their life to help them navigate this system. Each child needs a caseworker. They need a foster, adoptive, or kinship family. They need a CASA advocate who is the eyes and the ears of the judge and the voice of the child. They need a verified babysitter to support them and their family. They need tutors and mentors to get them caught up in school. And they need prayer warriors because we know this is a spiritual battle. Our strategy to end the crisis is rooted in mobilizing the Christian church, and it is built on the foundation of relationships. There is a movement that we all get an opportunity to join in some form or fashion. Everyone can do something.